Hi everyone, I'm gonna talk about can film combine interactive role with video games. There's a lot of movies about video games, and there's a lot of video games based on movies. Clearly, the internet and video games are working hard to remediate films. Of course, many movie characters also come from games. A video game is a comprehensive film and television artwork that comprehensively expresses the game's backstory, role description, script task, skill framework, and other propaganda point of game products through the means of film production and from the perspective of players' appreciation. Bolter illustrates that some of the straightforward of remediation in Hollywood being caused as repurposing. They use the character from the film transferred to video games, for example, The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Some of the characterization and plot are being borrowed from the film. Harry Potter video is a collection of video games based on the Harry Potter series, originally created by J.K. Rowling. Many of the Harry Potter-inspired video games are co-production of the books and film of the same name. Also, the film responds to the challenge of digital media, in sometimes that filmmakers will reuse the characters and background story from some of the successful video games. Resident Evil is focused on a range of survival horror games, including movies, novels, audio drama, and merchandise. The first Resident Evil video games released in 1996 was set in a mansion that overspanned on zombies and has since expanded to include sequels of all kinds, including elements of exploration and reconciliation, as well as storylines from horror and action movies. In general, Bolter stated that movies are very important for digital media, movies and video games restoration. They are very popular and economically important. They define the nature of visual storytelling and the importance of digital format-based experience. Some people think that games are not strictly narrative. They think that most types of games are based on a story. Most focuses on the setting of game characters, game operation, and winning and losing. The design of the game narrative is far from the focus of people's attention to the game. Of course, the focus of people's attention to the game is still on the design and gameplay, otherwise it will be the conflict between narrative and interactive quality. Steven Spielberg's latest film Ready Player One incorporates a lot of games, films, science fiction, and other elements into the film. First, the film adds many narrative elements that are unique to the game, and add many plots that only appear in the games, such as the protagonist's bonus money. The film presents to the audience with two worlds, reality as the first world and the game as the second world. The marginal explanation of these two worlds is very clear, and the main narrative of the film is interwoven in these two worlds. The basic attribute of a movie is to see and listen, while the basic attribute of a game is to see and listen too. But the most important essential characteristics is interaction, because game is an interactive entertainment form in essence. In order to form a unified style of film and game, it is necessary to complete the integration of film and game's aesthetics characteristics. With the gradual integration of film elements into video games, more and more workers begin to show movie-like performance, and at the same time, the creation of stories starts to become more and more excellent, developers trying to shape their own game world and characters in a deeper directions.